You are not who you think you are. What you call yourself is often just a construction, a collection of stories, memories, opinions repeated so many times that they began to feel true. That is the ego. The ego is not by itself the enemy. It is a tool, a functional identity, a way to navigate the world. The problem begins when you believe it is all that you are. The ego needs constant validation. It needs to be right. It needs to be recognized. It needs to feel superior, or in some cases, inferior, but in a special way. Yes, even inferiority can be ego, because it is still about you. The ego creates comparison. It measures value all the time. Who is ahead? Who is behind? Who has more? Who has less? And so you enter a race that never ends. The ego also creates defense. It avoids being wrong, avoids looking weak, avoids admitting flaws. And because of that, it blocks growth, because growth requires recognizing limits. And the ego resists that. Another trap of the ego is the need for control, controlling your image, controlling how others see you, controlling outcomes. But life is not controllable, and the more you try to control everything, the more frustration you accumulate. The ego lives in the past and the future. It clings to what you were, or projects what you want to become. But it is rarely in the present, and the present is where life actually happens. Perhaps the greatest prison of the ego is identification. You become your ideas, your opinions, your story, and then you must defend them, even when they no longer make sense. Have you noticed how hard it is to change your mind? Not because truth is complex, but because the ego feels that changing means losing. As if admitting you were wrong reduces who you are. But what if it is the opposite? What if letting go of certainty is freedom? What if not needing to be right is lightness? The ego also feeds on silent comparison. You don't need to say anything, but you observe, judge, measure yourself. And this creates constant anxiety because there will always be someone better or worse, and neither brings peace. When the ego dominates, you live reacting. If someone criticizes you, you close off. If someone praises you, you expand. Your internal state becomes dependent on the external, and that is instability. Freedom begins when you observe the ego. You don't fight it. You don't try to destroy it, but you also don't confuse yourself with it. You notice this is a thought. This is a reaction. This is a need for validation. And in noticing, you create space. In that space, choice appears. You can react or you can respond. You can defend or you can learn. You can compete or you can simply be. The ego wants to be someone, but perhaps peace lies in not needing to prove anything. This does not mean a lack of ambition. It means acting without depending on constant validation. It means building without comparing. It means living without maintaining an image all the time. When the ego weakens, something interesting happens. You become lighter, less reactive, less defensive, less trapped, because the prison was never the world. It was never other people. It was never circumstances. The prison was the rigid identity you insisted on protecting. And when you let go of that, even for a moment, you realize you do not need to be who you thought you were. And maybe for the first time, that is freedom.